Man, oh man, there's nothing more boring than waiting for a Knicks check to come back to pick up your firearm, right? I mean, all you gotta do is sit and wait with this coronavirus. Checks are getting longer, man. Usually, in about 5 minutes, I'm in and out after all forms are completed. But now, I'm going on something like 15 minutes so far. Like, damn, things have really slowed down, man. But on the plus side, picking up the first 40 cal I've ever gotten. I mean, all the rest of mine are 9 millimeters, so I hear a lot about the snappiness of the 40. And the price was right, even with this coronavirus, so I said, why not, And I bit the proverbial bullet, as they say. It wasn't too bad. I mean, it's a Friday afternoon. It's hot. About time it's gotten hot, man. I get tired of the cold, man. I'm not built for that. Coming from PR. But hope all of y'all are out there staying healthy, staying safe. If any of y'all have been buying any firearms and going through an FFL, what kind of stuff have y'all been getting lately? And I say FFL because anybody can hop on Arms List or Gun Broker and order something. I mean, well, maybe not Gun Broker, but Arms List, and do a face-to-face, a private face-to-face. If your state doesn't mandate a mandatory FFL transfer, and just get one that way, as long as the seller feels you're a trustworthy person and whatever other requirements they may have, signing a bill of sale or whatever the case may be to actually give you or sell you a firearm. But as for me, I would say about 90% of my transactions have gone through an FFL. It's just for peace of mind, security. I don't have to feel like I'm about to get gypped, because at the end of the day, man, this is our hard-earned money, man. And you want to make sure that the product that you get is quality. And when it's face-to-face, man, it's up in the air, man. What you gonna do, And always when it's face-to-face, private party sale, it's always a little sketchy, man. You never know. Even if you go to a public place, man, I mean, hey, there's always people with evil in their hearts. So you just got to be smart. You got to be vigilant. You got to understand that you're not going to go buy no BB gun, right? You got to take all the necessary precautions. Especially now with this coronavirus, everybody's walking around with their face covered and gloves. It's just ripe for a lot of bad things to happen and go down. But other than that, it's been a blah day. Now after I get this picked up, gotta go try and find some meat. Because now with these whole meat packing factories and stuff closing down due to coronavirus, meat's getting expensive. It's getting harder to find. I mean, there have been lines out here like 20 deep outside the store. I don't know what's going on, man. And all I'm trying to do is get some pork chops. Can't be that hard. But that's like the new normal that we live in. As soon as these states feel like they're going to reopen, guess what happens? They pull it back and say, hell no. Cases have jumped by 100 as soon as they opened up, or 200 or 50 or whatever the case is. A lot of these states have been experiencing a step backwards, which kind of just hurts the economy even more, because a lot of these states are going to start extending their deadline for the stay-at-home orders to June 15. There's another 3 weeks of no work, man. And with people in the government right now going back and forth about the next corona bill, chances are real slim, man, that any real help is going to reach your pockets anytime soon. So right now it's like you're surviving by the grace of goodness right now. You're doing what you got to do to survive, to eat. You're hoping that evictions don't start happening, that your place of employment doesn't go out of business, because every day that the economy is shut down, man, that's hundreds of millions of dollars just evaporating. You know what I'm saying? Places like, Red Lobster, places like Sizzlers, places that actually have franchisees, like, a local person that owns that particular location. That's hurting their bottom line, their solvency, their ability to stay open. And when they come back, they're going to be coming back to reduce staff. So what's going to happen with the staff that was there before? You know what I'm saying? And we don't know for how much longer we're actually going to have to worry about this whole coronavirus thing. Even when there is a vaccine, because there's always going to be people who don't want to get it. And all it takes is one person, man, to restart that second wave. And that's the last thing that we need. Right now, with over 100,000 cases and climbing, of people who have died, it's just, when you put it in terms of the global population, man, that's really small. But you throw into that's happened in the span of a few months, that's pretty significant right there. So I get why some people are paranoid, and I get why some people just got that cabin fever and they want to go back to work, man. Regardless of the fact if you're getting more in unemployment than you are working, sooner or later, man, that gravy train is going to end, and then what? You got so comfortable living off the unemployment, you ain't going to want to go back to work. And that's going to hurt the economy. Our spending habits are going to change. Everything's going to take longer. We will see, man. We will see. I mean, this isn't like the avian flu. I mean, yeah, I remember back then people were worried about it, but it wasn't to this extent. Maybe because it didn't truly reach stateside like the coronavirus had, and it didn't have the effects that this coronavirus has. But anyways, back to the whole conversation of the firearms. So yeah, 40 cal. What are your thoughts on the 40? I mean, somebody who did a really good video about the effects of the 40 is a YouTube channel called Paul Harrell. That's PaulHarrell. Look up 9mm versus 40 comparison, and it goes into great detail. And the two tests that stood out for me was the cinder block test and the meat target test. So I like that kind of duality of having 9mm as the everyday, and then the 40 in a just in case somebody wants to get scrappy. You can never go wrong with the man stopper, right? But at the end of the day, it's still about shot placement. I mean, a 40 to the pinky ain't the same as a 9 to the heart, right? You might not kill that person with that 40 if you hit him in the pinky, but you're more than likely going to kill that person hitting them with the 9mm to the heart. Now, once again, this isn't to glorify death, man. I'm talking self-defense only. You know what I'm saying? Worst case scenario. Because everybody forgets, once you pull that trigger and you take a life, it doesn't just end there, man. There's a lot of questions that's going to happen. The burden of proof will fall on you, man, to show that it was self-defense and that you were legally justified to defend your life. But at the end of the day, you're still alive, so I guess all the other stuff becomes kind of trivial at that point. But still, it's a reality. So this isn't to be taken lightly, man. Nobody should be trying to be out here trying to get a firearm thinking it's cool, alright? It's a lot of responsibility. It's a lot. You could take a life in less than a second if you're not careful. If you get too heated, if you don't take a time to relax, to woo-saw your way out of a situation before it becomes deadly. Nobody wants to go that route. And learn your weapon. Never ever mess with it when it's loaded. Unload that thing and check it, clear it 3 or 4 times. You can never be too safe, man, with the firearm before you start cleaning it or you should never be trying to look down the barrel of it. But I mean, if you gotta take it apart like a Glock, that you gotta pull the trigger, You want to make sure that thing is empty. You don't want to cause a negligent discharge inside your house, accidentally hit somebody or hit yourself trying to clear your firearm. Alright? Anyways, this is King Black. I just wanted to say, like, damn, I wasn't expecting this Knicks check to take so long this time. Anyways, ADR, King Black.